Cash Cow back with another video, guys. How y'all guys doing? Starting to see, getting a little bit more attraction, you know? So, keep it going, man. From what I heard, Shang-Chi is very good, guys. I'm gonna try to check it out next week. I know. You like, why didn't you go? You know, but hey, I'm gonna get to it. But you already know I got the keys if you guys haven't been paying attention. Today we're gonna do You Got Mail again. It's the beginning of a new month, so it's time to go back over what I picked up in August. Want to see those comics? Stay tuned. Number one, we got X Factor number 19. Any you Apocalypse fans out there, y'all know who this is. This is his first appearance of the Horseman. It's more of a spec pick because I know eventually they'll bring back Apocalypse and they'll do it the right way this time instead of the Fox version way. Good, that movie's got off. I did buy it though. Don't judge me. I bought it. I'm an Apocalypse fan. I can't help it. But you know, dealing with Apocalypse, who you have? You have his Horsemen. You have to have his Horsemen in order. They can't just fight Apocalypse. They have to fight his Horsemen. This is their first full team appearance. Right now, people are sitting on it. Nobody's really getting it. Because, I mean, the Fox movie was so horrible that they're like, yeah, we'll see. But right now is the time to get it. It's bubbling. You even see the first appearance of Apocalypse, his cameo and his full appearance starting to sell more. The investors know what's going on and they're preparing themselves for down the road. You guys should too. Check out some of those X Factor books, man. Those could be pretty good coming on to you later on and down the road, a few years from now, guys. Jump on them and hold on to them. It's not a sale right now. It's a hold. Buy them, hold them. Number two, got another one. I know you guys are like, how many more of these you gonna get? Got another Champions. Yes. I told you guys I'm going to continue to buy as many of these copies as I can. I don't care. Variant edition, Alex Ross, whatever. I'm going to continue to invest in Champions. I feel that strongly that eventually they're going to get their push. And it all depends and it centers around that lovely young lady in the middle. Miss Marvel, it's Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan, it depends on how she does. If she gets up there and knocks it out the park, you will see all these other characters sooner than later. I say get them now. Like you can get them for under $20, guys. And it's been spec that they might appear. So put yourself aside 20 and get you a copy or two. Just saying, that's this cover. That's not the variant edition and the Alex Ross cover edition. That's not those. Those you're gonna pay a little bit more, especially the Alex Ross one. That one's already getting crazy. Just pick them up. They're gonna want these. It's only a matter of time, y'all. They're gonna want those. Trust me. If it does what I think it's gonna do, they're gonna want those. Number three. Got What If Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four #1. Now these, with the What If series going on right now, they have certain spec comics in that actually are very valuable because the What If series did have a lot of valuable comics in it. First appearances of certain characters. I'm not going to go down a list of all of them. But this is the first one of everything. I got a feeling that the What If series is here to stay, especially with it being animated. There's not a big budget like a movie that would go into adding this character or hiring this character to play the role. It's really just more voice and animation, which means they can put them out faster. It doesn't take as long. Like, you don't know when you're going to get another season of Loki. You don't know when you're going to get another season of WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like you got scheduling conflicts, you got actors maybe in other movies, all that type of stuff that goes into it. But with the animated, it's a little bit more simpler than that. This book right now, yeah, you might not see the value, but it's gonna increase because What If is already scheduled for 2 seasons. If they continue that, comics like these and the What If series, they're gonna be hot. Right now, this is pretty hot. It sells. Maybe not. It's not your $80 book or nothing, but if you bought it for $10 and then next thing you know it's selling for 50 or 60, that's a good profit. But I also I like the What If stories. I like those because it changes the game. It gives you a different whole other spectrum of what happened if one of your favorite characters did this, or what happened if Killmonger was a good guy, or stuff like that. You have to. I like that. It explores something different. Opens your eyes and your ears to something else that's different compared to, oh, Spider-Man fights Dr. Ock, Wolverine fights Sabretooth. You get something different. I like different. I like diversity. I like when they switch it up. Not everything, but stuff like that, like storytelling like that, I like that. Plus, it also still follows the comic books in a way, so you know I'm all for that. Number 4, got Iron Man Titanium #1. I really get a strong feeling that Titanium Man will appear in the Armor Wars. I really get a strong feeling because they have to have enemies for Rhodey to fight. And Titanium Man has his own armored suit. You got Crimson Dynamo who has his own armored suit. Like they're gonna have it to where Rhodey is fighting armored villains. And who better than like Crimson Dynamo, Titanium Man, ooh, wow, I can't think of the other guys. But it follows the Armor Wars series, and Titanium Man is actually in that series. So why would he not appear in the TV show? I really get a strong feeling, and then lately seeing that his first appearance has actually started to sell, but normally it would sit, is a good indicator to me. Just watching like eBay and other selling sites, and just seeing that okay, this issue was selling for $5-10 a year ago. Now you're starting to see people sell it for 20. That's not depending on the grade. Now, if it's a high grade, it's gonna sell itself. You guys know how that goes. I would say honestly, I think Titanium Man is a safe bet. I really think. And then you got time because Armor Wars is not set to debut until next year. So you got time to make that move and get his first appearance. And then comics like this that nobody's paying attention to. Nobody knew these, you know? But you got Iron Man getting pummeled on by Titanium Man. That's not an indicator to you that he's going to be in this series. I feel like he's going to be in the Armor War series. Maybe that's just me, but I think some other people are starting to think the same way I'm starting to think because I'm starting to see certain copies sell a little bit faster. We'll see. We'll see. Could be wrong. It's always speculation. Can always be wrong. Maybe Titanium Man will turn around and be a good guy. I don't know what's going on. But number 5. We got X-Men #4. 1994? Is it 94 or 92? It's either 92, 94, maybe 93. It's in between those 3 years. This is the first appearance of Omega Red. Now, he has been spec'd in so much stuff. They were talking about one time he can appear in the Deadpool movie. He may be a Deadpool villain. Then, they may do a backstory in the Black Widow movie. And you're just like, they're still not showing him. They're still not showing him. But Omega Red is such an iconic villain that you know it's only a matter of time that they're going to show him. If they're already making plans to use him, he's coming. We just don't know when he's coming. one of those X-Men 90s books that actually is starting to become worth something. I know that's hard to believe, but he actually is. Like, Omega Red's a classic villain, guys. Classic villain. Got the tentacles. He fight for his homeland, trying to take it over, Russia. I'm telling you, I got a feeling he's coming. Next, we got another Iron Man Titanium #1. I always believe with cheap spec books or affordable spec books, sorry, put it in that context, buy multiple copies. Because you don't know how hot it's going to get, and if it does get hot and you have multiple copies and you bought them when they were affordable compared to when they're not, you can control the bank, you can control the market, you can do what you want. I'm telling you guys this again. I really have a strong feeling that Titanium Man will appear in the Armor Wars, and he will be one of the antagonists to Rhodey. I only feel it's a matter of time. He may not appear in the first season, but you know it's probably gonna be another season after that. Just saying, you know. I had to snatch up another one. It's like, hey, I'm getting that. Perfect. Next, got Master Kung Fu #1. I already have a copy of this, but I felt like I might as well get another one. With the success of Shang-Chi, and I feel like it's only beginning with Shang-Chi, I feel like he's gonna get hotter. Because he's here to stay. He's another Avenger. He's basically gonna coast along in that team. He's gonna fit in pretty well. So Shang-Chi is here to stay, at least for the time being. Why not? Master of Kung Fu books are hot right now. Yes, it's like, oh, that's probably worth it. But a year or two ago, nobody wanted it. Pretty sure some people are going to start wanting this book. Along with the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu #1, his fourth appearance, which I think I showed in the Lucky 7 video I did of Shang-Chi. That's going to be one that they want as well. Look out for those Shang-Chi books, man. Anything with Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, got a feeling they're going to be around for a minute. Iron Fist is coming back. I got a feeling he's coming back. Next, we got Tales to Astonish #63. The first full appearance of the leader. Now, with the leader, you get... The leader goes along with Hulk. And if you know, you're gonna see Abomination and the leader when it comes to Hulk. Or anything dealing with the Hulks. He's been confirmed that he's gonna appear in the She-Hulk series. Right now, this comic is in a lull, and this is his first full appearance. His first cameo is Tales to Astonish 62. That one also is in a lull, but this is the time you want to buy those. Everybody's like, oh, okay, he's gonna appear, yeah, we'll see. And then the series doesn't debut until next year. That gives you time to snatch up a few of these copies and hold them. It's only a year. Well, actually less than that, because if I'm not mistaken, She-Hulk may be slated to appear earlier in the year next year. So go ahead and get those, snatch them up. Leader's a villain that's not going anywhere. He's not gonna be killed off, and it's not your Crossbones. He doesn't die in that scene, and you're like, what the hell? No, he sticks around. Plus, he has his own gamma mutation of his own, which makes his head swell, and then he instead of becoming strong, he's smarter. He's maniacal. He's cerebral. He's whatever. But with his clever traps and concoctions he comes up, he is actually a worthy foe to anything dealing with Hulk, She-Hulk, any of those. I like that cover, by the way. Got somebody like spraying bug spray or whatever on them. I like that. It's nice. Next, you got the Amazing Spider-Man 134. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the third, maybe fourth appearance of Hulk. I mean, of Punisher. Sorry, I'm still talking about Hulk. If I'm not mistaken, this may be the fourth. You got Amazing Spider-Man 129. You have, yeah, this may be like it's either his third or his fourth. If I'm not mistaken, it's was one of the two. I'm sorry. At times I get bad with the numbers, but I can see the comic and be like, oh, that he appears in that and that, and then some days I'm like, it's either the third or fourth. I know it's a significance to the cover and appearance, but I just brain fart. Punisher is coming back, and the guy they got to play him, the same one that played the Netflix show, he's awesome as Punisher. I ain't gonna lie to you, he's solid. He's pretty good. Like he's more than pretty good. He's great. Like he's a really, really, really good Punisher. You know how I feel about Punisher. Just saying. Next, we got Batman number 386. First appearance of Black Mask. And I still have yet to see Birds of Prey. And I think I might actually watch that today. Just finally check up on it. But Black Mask is one of those villains where, yes, he's wealthy because of crime. He's like Penguin, except he has a mask. He's a little taller. He carved the mask out of his dead father's coffin. Like weird stuff like that. But he actually is a pretty good villain that can hold his own. You know? He's actually been slated to appear, if I'm not mistaken, it's the next Batwoman series that he's actually supposed to appear. So they clearly wasn't done with him after the movie. A lot of people thought they were done with him after Birds of Prey, but he's actually slated to appear in the TV show. So it did see a little dip because, people believed in the ratings and the reviews that Birds of Prey was bad and don't buy anything from that. So of course it drops, and I feel like at times DC does not get a first shake at the box office. And I'm gonna just be real with you guys, they don't. Like Suicide Squad, I only seen the beginning of it, seen a little bit, maybe 20, 30 minutes into it. I had to go take care of some stuff, so I was busy. But it was pretty good. And then you're already hearing people like trying to dog it and give ratings like it was good. It's not meant to be serious. That's the first mistake they made with the first Suicide Squad. They tried to be too serious. Like these are villains. They need to have a quirkiness to them. Like the same way you have with superheroes. They're goofy at times and then they can be serious when they need to be. It was too serious with that movie. You barely had any moments where you could just like laugh, like what the hell is going on, like this. But with this one, you're like, oh my god, that is crazy. Like you seeing the weasel and all this stuff. Like what is going on? This is crazy. This makes no sense. But you want to continue to watch it. We'll see, guys. Man, I think if DC is given a first shake at the box office, I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think. It just, they mainly have to get their team together when it comes to advertising and directors. They gotta get that together. If they can get that together, they will be okay. You seen how Zack Snyder's Justice League cut that, like people were like, whoa. It takes the right directors and the right advertising to push it. And DC has to realize that, like, yes, Marvel movies are good, but they do a good job at also promoting their movies. You have to promote it. You can't just be like, oh, 2 days from now, Suicide Squad #2's out. Like you gotta promote it. You gotta build it up. Show interesting trailers that people are like, oh man, okay, I might go see that. That looks good. Oh, I didn't know they had that character in it. You gotta build it up. People base stuff off of images. If they see images that they like, that's gonna make them intrigued to want to continue to come back, see some more, see some more, see some more. That's what it's all about. Hopefully DC can figure that out with their team, their PR team, and all that. I'm rooting for them because I'm like, yeah, I show a lot more Marvel comics than I do DC, but I'm still a DC fan as well. Like I got a picture of the Flash back there. I got Darkseid sitting up top. I got Black Manta right here. Like I love comics. Period. DC, Marvel, Image, whoever. Like I love good quality comics and quality comic book movies. I don't care who it is. Spawn was one of my biggest. Spawn, Blade, Punisher, Darkseid, Bane, like people like that, like any of those Juggernaut, mm, any of those would grab my attention that quick. It didn't matter if they were DC or Marvel. I loved the character. I fell in love with the story of that character. And DC has to get back to that point of wanting to build their characters instead of just putting them out there and see what happens. You have to build them. You have to make us care about them, and then put and continue to put out their solo projects. That's the only way people are going to actually pay attention to what the hell is going on. You have to do that. We'll see if DC can figure that out though. But I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. Next, got Devil Dinosaur #1. Now, everybody knows that they have confirmed that there will be a Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur animated series coming on Disney Plus. This issue has seen a spike in it because this is the first appearance of Devil Dinosaur. But the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur #1, they have a few variant covers of it in a second print or something. All of those have actually spiked as well. I believe that series may be a whole nother maybe year away from now. I don't see it in 2022. It could be. I see it more in 2023 because they're gonna want to get out She-Hulk and Armor Wars, and they probably got another What If series coming next year. And but these right now, people are sitting on these, or sleeping. Sorry, they're sleeping on these. Right now, these are not selling for what they are supposed to. This may be my third or fourth copy of Devil Dinosaur. Telling you guys, get it while nobody's paying attention to it. You will always thank yourself later when everybody's paying an arm and a leg. You don't have to do it. That's the key. Do it right now so you don't have to do it then. Because if you have to do it then, you're going to kick yourself because you're like, I knew I should have got that. I knew I should have got that. And I didn't pull the trigger. Next, we got Star and Stripe #0. First appearance of Stargirl, or is it Cameo? Cameo? I think it's Cameo. Because I think Justice All-Star #4, maybe her first full. But she has an animated, I'm not an animated, she actually has a series as well. You can catch it on HBO Max. I think it was on CW too, if I'm not mistaken. As I said, CW come up with some good DC shows, man. It's just, at times they get a little stagnant. They start doing the same stuff every season. Like, oh, he depends on this person. Oh, he can't do it by himself. And like when they started out, man, Arrowverse was hot. Flash was hot. DC Legends, you could fall in love because they were like your Suicide Squad. They were quirky, goofy villains, or outcasts, but they made it work. whoever's writing now is like doing the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, they discover this, they mess up. Boom, 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 they fix it. They discover this, mess up. Boom, 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 they fix it. Like you gotta throw a wrench in there, keep people intrigued. If they're already figuring out the script in their head, then what's gonna make them intrigued to keep watching it? They gotta find some better writers, man. You gotta get them brains like that's like thinking, like out in the moon, just some wild stuff. You're like, yeah, that might work. We'll see. But I'm gonna check out Stargirl pretty soon. I am. I'm gonna check that out. Next, we got Iron Man 282, the first appearance of the War Machine armor. Now, people have already, because Armor Wars is getting ready to premiere within a year, the market has already labeled this as the book you need to get for that series. Even though you got West Coast Avengers number 94, I like that book too. I actually like that book a little bit better than this one because that's actually when Rhodey's finally in the armor. I feel like it's important to get him when he's finally in the armor compared to just the armor. But the War Machine armor is probably a little bit more important than Rhodey being in the armor. Just saying, unfortunately, probably is. This book actually right now is in a lull, but I say by the end of this year, beginning of next year, it's gonna start getting hotter. West Coast Avengers number 94 is actually starting to pick up steam, and that's only gonna get hotter. Books like that, like right now when nobody's talking about them, everybody's worried about Hawkeye, Shang-Chi, all that. These are the books. Titanium Man. These are the books that you want to focus on now. If you've already missed your train on the books that's out now that's already hot, get the ones that's coming in the future. This is maybe my third copy of this. And this is just a low grade. I was like, oh, for that price, I'll snatch it up. Get multiple copies. You still will be able to move it if you want to. Last, we got Captain America number 117, the first appearance of Falcon. I had this book before in a better condition, but I sold it a long time ago. Because it kind of stayed stagnant. I was like, yeah. And seller's regret, right? Come out with a Falcon Winter Soldier series, book shoots up. I'm like, oh, you're killing me. But I caught it at a good sale, good deal, and I was able to catch it when it started to lull. So I waited till after the series is over, after everybody, like the hype kind of died down and people was focused on the next series, which was Loki. I was like, hey, I'm starting to see this book. Oh, I could like sell it for what that, and just wait. This is definitely one that's going back in my vault. I'm not selling it again. I don't care if this is a .5. It's intact. It's complete. The cover is pretty much together. That's all that matters to me. Gotta love that, man. This is Cash Cow where you got mail. Signing out. You guys take care. Be safe with everything that's going on out here. Just have fun with it. But also, think, just use your brain. Like, have fun with it, but also challenge yourself. Like, hey, maybe I could get that. Or maybe I should take a chance on that because, nobody's talking about it. Just do it. Like, just because you're not following the masses does not make you wrong. In fact, that's actually the people that actually change the stuff. Because if they figure out something before other people have figured it out and they get to it first, that's usually the king of the hill. You guys take care. Cash Cow.